Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is your brother Harab Amatasa from GMS Camp Holland, the Netherlands, coming at you with another video. So first of all, I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High and His heavenly and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the also great millstone who rule well and peace well and tell us his truth amongst other things. Salutations to the Achaean pushing his word and truth and sincerity in the four corners of the earth. And shalom and salutations to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect. Okay, so today's lesson video I want to talk about Jacob, the Israelites, Yasha'Allah, who are known to be the salt of the earth. This verse is from the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 13. It reads, "Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost his savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under the foot of men." So we Israelites, without the Israelites on this planet, this will be a dull place, Nothing exciting, nothing. The only thing that's exciting is what Yahweh Shemeshah made, and that's the nature, the jungle, the mountains, the savannas, the animals. But basically, without that, without the jakes, it's nothing, man. So because you see, in the sports world, I was watching the football games, not all of them, of course, but you see the European countries, a lot of countries, they got jakes in the teams. Let's see, if we look for England, the Netherlands, Germany, France, Belgium, Portugal, Spain, all those countries without the so-called Negroes, the Israelites, they are nothing. And also we got the speckled birds who look like other nations, but they are of our nation, so it might look like a so-called white man or a Chinese, or or Arab or Elamite, but if they are of our nation, you can see it at the style. You can feel the spirit. You can test the spirit also, because ain't no nation on this planet got the same style, the same flavor, the same actions. We dominate the sports world. If it be football, soccer, basketball, NFL, baseball, of course you got some Edomite sports like ice hockey, how you say it, the bicycle riding, the Tour de France, and even there, Jacob, and but the real sports, look at kickboxing, MMA, Jacob is ruling and everything, man. Even with the music. Where do you think rock and roll came from? Look at the hip hop, R&B, soul, jazz music, a lot of music types. And you got of course, the salsa, merengue, bachata, champeta, the Mexican mariachi, and all those things, all those musics are famous. You never hear the honky tonk being a world hit, or the Arab type of bullshit being played in the clubs or discos, or when you go to to the beach. When you play the salsa music, people get in the mood, man. I love to play the salsa music and the merengue, the bachata, the Latin type music. And when you play that, people, when the sun is shining, people will go, "Hey, that's cool, man. Can you turn it up a little notch?" And I said, "Okay, man. You see that all those nations, they like Jake. They don't like Jake, but they like the things that we do, and they need us, just only for a moment. Because when you look at the game of Holland, it's funny because they say, yeah, get out just because Holland was one of the greatest one of the greatest, but biggest in the slave trade. First one to, I think one of the first that started it, and the last one to abolish it. So when the Dutch people were playing, the Dutch team, national football team, soccer team was playing in the World Championship. Yeah, everybody was like, "Yeah, we're gonna make it, and I think we're gonna go against Portugal, or against Argentina, or against blah 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 blah." And then you see they lost the game, and during the penalties, and due to the penalties, and they was three Jakes just missed the goal. I think 2 or 3. I didn't watch the game, but 2 or 3 Jakes missed the penalty, and so you can see that all those racist and discriminating comments on the comment board, they were calling us monkeys, not us, but yeah, basically the whole nation, because they hate us. They're calling us monkeys, but if we went to score those penalties and to take the Dutch national team to the next level in the world championship, then they would have said, "Yeah, you see, that's why we got them, and that's why they are part of our people." But when they do something wrong, they immediately start saying, "You monkeys, you blacks, go back to your country," because they got offended for a game. Of course, some people like the game more than other people, but for a game to be upset like this, can imagine other stuff. Yeah. So yeah, basically I want to say, that without Jacob, the whole vibe on this planet will be different, and it will be a boring place. Everything that's ever came out with success was and had flavor. It came from Jacob, from the Israelites and the descendants. So if you want to know what's up, just look at those type of situations, and it will show you immediately how the people are, the spirit, as the scripture says. Let me get the scripture. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, from the Apocrypha, chapter 12, verse 10. "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness." And you can see the wickedness from Esau every time again, man. And you might be saying, "No, not all of them are like that." No, to a certain degree, but you get different levels to that wickedness. Now, first come those pure wickedness, and after that you got levels on down. People, because they have family who are married to colored people. If whether it be Jakes or Elamites, or Arabs, it doesn't matter. But Esau be the most racist people, man. He a hater. The so-called white man, he a hater, man. And A lot of them are stealing our stuff. That's what they've been doing as long as they are. You know, with the music, with countries, with people, our people. Even though we had it coming because we disobeyed the law of Yahweh Bashim Shai and went after other gods and stuff like that, you know. But basically, Esau is always stealing shit from us, man, from us, from everybody, but especially from us. You know, inventions, and then say that we invented that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we that was obvious that they would say that, and they say they're the real Europeans. Even though we've been taught different by with the skills and knowledge from the elder apostles on down, that Japhet was the original inhabitant of Europe, and at camp there was this woman, and she said, "Yeah, so I know we are Japhet." So and we was like, "No, you're not Japhet. Japhet be the Indonesian people, like from Java and all those type of countries." And then she was okay, you know, she was sort of flabbergasted. But yeah, that's what you get. Where you just assume things and take things from people that you were schooled on school. They taught you in school that stuff. But if you go deeper and do some research, what we're supposed to do, you know, and you know, we're all in the flesh. We have to learn. We have to fight our demons daily, on a daily basis. It's difficult. I can tell you, it's difficult, man. But yeah, as the scripture says also, you know, when I made this video about it last time, that, we have to go through that difficulties, the oven, you know, to make pure for the Yahweh Bashim Shai. And even though we're in the last times now, times getting harder and harder, difficulties getting much worse. So better prepare for some crazy stuff happening, man. Brothers getting dreams, people seeing things, other nations getting dreams and visions. Sometimes you get a dream, you don't even know what a dream means, and you go to a brother, and then he points it out to you, and then you'll be like, yeah, of course. How could I not seen that it was what was like that? So yeah, that's why you have to be around like-minded men, sincere brothers. That's what the scripture said: love thy neighbor. You know, let brotherly love continue. Where would we be without the brothers? Do you think that Most High choose a whole family? No, he choose as the scripture says, one in 1,000 is righteous. That's talking about men also. So this is something very special, that if you were in this truth, or you received this truth, and you know the names Yahweh Bashim Shai, you know, and the whole truth from the GMS Great Millstone apostles on down, from Apostle Tahar, Apostle Kabar, Apostle Rokar, and Apostle Ramlap, and the elder bishops and the elders from all the camps. You know, this is something very precious. You have to cherish it. And if you manage to do it, you know, just stick to the scriptures, man, and don't fall off. Talk about other things like Anunnaki and stuff like that, man. You know, read from the book. That's the thing that I have to do. It doesn't matter the other things, if it were true or not true. It doesn't matter. The Most High just said to us that we use this book, live by the book, live by the law, and that's what we're supposed to do, man. So yeah, go back to the salt of the earth. Yeah, Jacob, man. Look at Michael Jordan. Look at the old soccer players, Eusebio and Pelé, Maradona. Maradona, they say Maradona has Italian background, but as you know, Italians, a lot of them are also Jake, especially in the south, Sicilian. So when it comes down, all those people with skills and beautiful talent, then I think 90% of them are Jakes. Maybe more, I don't know, but don't think that you come up here and do things good and think, yeah, man, that's because we are the so-called white people. No, man, that's because you got you're a Jake descendant. But if you tell them and they say, yeah, but ain't we all from Africa? We used to come all from Africa. No, man. We Israelites, we ain't even Africans, man. We're Israelites from the country that was also before us, from Canaan. The Most High gave it to, promised it to the Israelites. And we will get that country, our promised land, when Yahushua coming back after the destruction of Great Babylon, spiritual Egypt, also known as America, the United States of America, and the destruction of Israel. But the United States won't be built up. It's only Israel going to be built up, you know. And the heathens, they're going to build up. They're going to be in slavery for 1,000 years. So prepare for the things that you've done to the Israelites all those years. All those things that you've done. So yeah, I hope this lesson was edifying and exhorting. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well and taught us the truth amongst other things. Salutations to the Achiam, pushing this word and truth and sincerity in the four corners of the earth. And Shalom and salutations to the 144,000, the hopeful elect, and the innumerable multitude. Shalom.